know if it's that. Yeah. But I guess kind of more like this. Okay, there. Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. So it's the 4th of March. It's day 4 of March. I want to tell you where I am in To All the Boys I Loved Before, because I'm really reading this more than any of the other books. I'm on chapter 19. I want to pass the 100-page mark because I'm on page 82. I want to pass the 100-page mark, but I want to get to chapter... I want to get to chapter 25, but I can't wait to get to chapter 32 because that's another letter, I believe. Yes, another one of her letters. But I believe on chapter... Okay, so on page 138, which is end of chapter 28, on page 138 is this little letter thing that Peter writes for Laura Jean, and it's not really I don't even know how to explain it. But yeah, but I also want to be on chapter 25, which is on page 112. But stop. I'm on page 83, and it's not that many pages, but I believe on... No, I don't see it. I think it's 22, maybe? Yes, it's end of 22. Is another, no, kind of beginning of 22, but kind of middle of 22, so yeah. But also, chapter 19 is so short, I think I'll be able to do it. 20 is a little long. 21 is 3 pages. 22 is a bit long. 23 is a bit long. 24 is... So basically, it's a bit of a longer few chapters. But I think I'm going to read 19. And then after I do that, I'll probably read 2, maybe 3 well, I know that I'm gonna kind of switch on and off of this book and To All the Boys I Loved Before within this week, just because I want to switch off between the 2 books, because this week I'm supposed to get The Outsiders done, which I already finished. I finished it yesterday, and Judy Moody Girl Detective, and get really far into To All the Boys I Loved Before. But next week, we I really don't know what to say, guys, but I need to cross off that I already read The Outsiders, so I guess I'll show that on the vlog, because it's on the to-do list for today, because I've already crossed it off. Well, you guys won't really see, but you guys will see here. No, I need to send. I'll take a little more over here, but you guys can kind of see. But so next week is Star Darling Gemma and The Kissing Booth, focusing mainly on The Kissing Booth, Dork Diary 1, and Star Darling Gemma. And then the following week, we're focusing on more 13 Reasons Why, Star Darling Tessa, and To All the Boys I Loved Before. And then that following last week, if I didn't finish any of the Dork Diary, 13 Reasons Why, Star Darling Tessa, Star Darling Gemma, Judy Moody Girl Detective, To All the Boys I Loved Before, The Kissing Booth, Harry Potter, either of the Harry Potter books, then that's mainly what we'll focus on. But so far for the month of March, we're doing kind of good, if I do say so myself. Ouch. We're about almost 90 pages into the To All the Boys I Loved Before. We're about 10 pages into The Kissing Booth. We're almost done Harry Potter. I have about an hour left of the audiobook. We're almost at Harry Potter 2. We read The Outsiders. We're starting... There it is. We're starting 13 Reasons Why in a couple weeks. Probably closer to the end because it is like kind of a lengthy book. But I believe there's an audiobook about it as well. I'm not sure. But if there is, then we will listen to the audiobook instead of personally reading it myself, because it will take me about a month and a half to read. Because it has 288 pages, and I really don't want to read a good lengthy 440 pages, 350 pages. This, which would be 288 pages, and then 282 pages for the first Dork Diary book, and then about almost 150 pages for the Star Darling Tessa book, and about 130 pages for the Star Darling Gemma book. And then also, I don't want to have to be reading 170 pages. I don't want to have to read all, like, more than half. It's probably like, it's over a half of the reading that we're supposed to, the amount of pages that we have, which is 2,635 pages, which, with the To All the Boys I Loved Before and The Kissing Booth, that's not even a half. That's only about 700 pages. Hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7. 775. That's about 775 pages. And that means within the other 8 books, there is over 1,500 pages. There's, I believe, close to 1,750 pages, more or less, I believe. If I'm not getting it mistaken, there's a lot of pages between. There's a huge difference. Here, I'll do a little bit of math. Do a little bit of math. So I do 2,635 minus 440, and we'll do another subtraction, which is 355, which that means it's 1,840 pages between the other 8 books. And we'll do divided by 8. That's almost 230 pages per book. But let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 books over the 230 page amount, and there's 4 pages under. So the main book that hits close to that 230 pages is an audiobook that I listened to already, which is called The Outsiders, which the reason why I threw that in there is because I purchased it from a discount store. And I was like, I watched The Outsiders so many times. Like, I watched it in school. I watched it outside of school. Like, it's a big hit in my family and stuff. And I was like, well, since we're listening to it and since we watched it in school like a little bit ago, I want to see how different the book is from the book. I wanted to see how different the book is from. Oh God, it smells way in this direction because there's like watermelon like right here. This one's disgusting. But yeah, I'm gonna go read To All the Boys I Love Before, chapter 19. And I think we're only on chapter. Yeah, so I'm going to go read chapter 2 and 3 of this book. I want to get up to page 50 today. I do kind of want to get up to halfway, which halfway is on chapter 6, and chapter 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is on page 79. So that's a bit far from page 12. That's 67 pages. I want to get far into this book. I want to get further into this book. But I also want to get further into this book. This is the main goal. This is the main book. It even says it up there. This is just an extra. If I don't get to finishing this book, it doesn't really matter. Because up there, this right here, the extra papers does not say anything about this book, this Judy Moody book, or 13 Reasons Why book. So I don't know why I threw in these 2 books into the mix when I don't really have to read them. I just want to read them. I just would like to read them. This one was only supposed to not take me that long. It was only supposed to take me like a few days. It's taking me longer. This, I'm supposed to listen to the audiobook for 1 week. I believe since I'm listening to the audiobook, I think there's an audiobook. I have to check it out. But since I might be listening to the audiobook, it shouldn't take me that long. So I could have more time spending on The Kissing Booth or To All the Boys I Loved Before, or probably finishing up this book or finishing up one of these 2 books, this book, or Harry Potter Chambers, or listening to Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets. So, which Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets should be done very easy. It's only about 9 hours, and this 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher shouldn't take me super long. If there's an audiobook. If there's not an audiobook, I don't know what to tell you guys, but I'm not going to get this book done fast if there's not an audiobook. Like this one. It's taking me way longer. This is only about a 7.5 hour book. It's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. If it's taking me this long to read, then what's gonna happen about a different book? I need to move. I need to get away from here. So, if I continue not to read the certain books that I'm supposed to, I'm gonna look up on my computer to see if it has I need to check this out. It says chapter 1 through 3, and I need to see if there's like actual chapters or whatever. Alright. I'm just gonna listen to some of it and see what's up with it.
Or you can message me and I'll message you back, and then we can talk if you need if anyone's video and you just want me to pretend I never knew anything about it, no matter what. So I guess we should probably start into this. I personally really enjoyed this book because, not because, I don't mean like the sadistic way I liked it, I have it, I mean, I like how real it is, because not a lot of books will name adventure into depression or anxiety because they're scared to be brutally honest, because this does happen with girls, boys, kids, little kids, literally will commit suicide or cut themselves. They'll hurt themselves and they'll blame everything on themselves, and it's so sick that somebody can make someone feel that way, and it's terrifying. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. That's not like what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to kind of, because depression is really sick. So I just kind of don't want this to be super hard. I kind of want this to be a little. So on the inside of the book, you can see the map of Hannah's house all around, or Hannah's neighborhood, not her house. It's her neighborhood. And there's a bunch of places marked in it, which I will go back in the book if you.
Okay, so I'm gonna listen to this, see, because the person, like, you could actually see the person's face. So I'm gonna go see how, like, what happened and what's up with it, and see where, like, if it's like actual, like, them reading, like, the first like line and stuff, which I'll read the first line. It says, "Sir," she repeats, "how soon do you want it to get there?" So, we'll see. So far, she's just talking, which kind of annoys me. But I don't want you guys to continue to listen to that. So, yeah, we'll see. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in my next video. It's about 50 minutes. So, peace.